Hey guys, it's Jen from My Create Crafts. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a vinyl decal for your camper. This was so easy and so much fun to create. Stick along and learn how you can create your own vinyl decal. You can use this technique to create any kind of personal decal to stick anywhere. So to make a design for your car or any kind of image or your window, whatever you want, you need to start in Design Space and you need to create an SVG. So I'm going to show you the simple way how to do this. So I actually need to start with an image. I'm going to go into Firefox, which is the browser I use. I'm going to look for motorhome SVG, and then I'm going to go into images. And you can do this by purchasing these images off of Etsy or anywhere else where you go, but I always look here first to see if I can just clean it up in Design Space and save a little bit of money. So I'm just looking for one that doesn't have a background like this, or doesn't have one like this, or wording over it, or a watermark. I don't want to use someone else's that they worked on. These are the ones that you find that are just like this are free to use. So I'm just looking for one that I can use that looks similar to my RV that I have. So I like this one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on it, save image as, and I'm going to put it as RV. And then I know it's going into my download, so I'm just going to save. So I'm going to get out of this, go back in Design Space. I'm going to click upload, upload image. I'm going to browse for it. And then here it is. So I'm just going to double click on it. I'm going to click on simple and just clean it up a little bit. Just basically going in and filling up the white spots. I'm going to click this little button up here that says zoom. I'm going to make sure I get all the little pieces in here. This one actually looks really easy to do. I'm just making sure all these are clicked. It looks like everything is done already. So it's a very easy one to do. And once you get it done, you just click continue. You want to look to see if you're maybe missing anywhere on here. The doors could be a little bit better, but I'm okay with this. So I'm just going to click on this one. I'm going to save and cut image. I'm going to click save. And I'm going to use the one that I just did. So I'm going to click on that, insert image. And this is where you see what it really looks like. So it's not too bad. You might have a little bit of problems waiting here if you do this one. So there is my image. It's as easy as that. Like I said, you can go on Etsy and you can purchase it, or Design Bundles. They might have one. I love Design Bundles. So the next part I'm going to do is just write a text. So I'm going to click on the text box and just type "Shitter's full." If you guys ever saw the movie National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, that's where this came from. I thought it was pretty funny, and I'm like, okay, I gotta make one for my camper. I'm like, that will be perfect for it. So this is how I want it to look. The only thing I want to do is just change the font of this. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click on fonts up here. I'm going to go to system, because if I go to all, this is showing me the ones that I have to pay for. I don't have a yearly or monthly subscription to Design Space, so I just go into system. These are the ones that they give you for free, or the ones I downloaded from dafont.com. I did a video a while back showing you how to do hang on a second. I did a video a while back showing you how to take a font from dafont.com and put it in Design Space. I'll leave the link below in case you're interested. So I'm just looking for something that is bold, something that's going to stick out. So I like this one, Arial Black, but I'm just going to keep looking to see if anything pops out. I kind of wanted something that had a little bit of a cursive look to it, but I'm not sure if I will find it. So I'm going to just try this one. Not bold enough. It's whatever your preference is. I'm just looking for a bolder one. You can always change this here to be bold as well, so make it a little bit fuller. So actually I kind of like this one a little bit. So the last thing I want to do to this is select both images, go up to a line and center it, and then that's just going to put it in the center. And it does not look right to me, so I think I'm just going to take it and make it as long as the car is here, or the RV I should say. And I'm going to bring in my grid. I don't like having my grid in the background all the time, so I'm just going to click this little button up here and it brings my grid back. So I'm just going to put this on an edge. There we go. And then I'll take this one and I'll put it on the edge. And I'll kind of line them both up. So I'm going to unlock this one. This might be going a little bit overboard, but this way at least I know that it's the same size. So there. Then I'm just going to move my grid away again. I'm going to click it twice, get rid of it, do the same thing, select it, I'm just gonna center it just in case I'm off a little bit. And then that's really it, guys. I mean, it's so simple to do this. I'm gonna do one last thing. I'm gonna select both images, and then I'm gonna go to attach. That is so I don't have to cut out jitters full and then the RV and then try to align it myself. So that is gonna be one piece cut by itself. Then the next step for you is to figure out how big you want it. I will show you how I figured out how big I want mine. I'll show you really quick. I'm just using a mat. You can use a tape measure, whatever you want. But I'm just gonna put it up to where I'm gonna do it. So this is my RV that I have, and I just want a little sticker back here. And I saw somebody driving on the freeway that said the same thing. And I thought it was the funniest thing. And I'm like, okay, I gotta make one for myself. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna take my mat, put it up here, and kind of estimate how big I want it, because it's better to see it and visualize it rather than say, I wanted a 12 by 12. That might be way too big for you. So just measure it how you want it. I think I like it, 6 by 12. I think that would be a nice size. Sorry, you can hear my rooster in the background, and then my goat is nudging my daughter that's doing the camera. So anyway, sorry, back to this. So I'm gonna do a 6 by 12. So that's just the way you're gonna wanna do it. Is it's easier to visualize it and take a mat and see exactly what it would look like. So let's go back inside and finish it up. Okay, so I'm back inside now, and I know that I want my vinyl sticker to be 6 by 12. So I have it selected. I'm gonna go up to here, unlock this, and then change it to a 6 by 12. Whoops, wrong way, 12 by 6. There. I do like visualizing it outside on where I'm going to be putting it, and then I also like to visualize it on here, which I'm not liking how it's looking, so I'm just going to stretch it out a little bit. So there it's a little bit better. I just like to visualize it to see. So the last thing you want to do is just go to make it and cut it out. I'm going to be using the 651 Oracal vinyl. It's sticky and it's guaranteed to stick for, I think, up to 6 years, but it's permanent vinyl. So if you are planning on taking this off shortly or not leaving it on, do not use the 651. I think you can use 631, which is a removable vinyl, but for this one, it's going to be staying on there forever. So I'm going to leave it the way it is. I don't have to mirror it. I don't have to do anything else. I just have to continue. The thing I have to do is select which kind of material I'm going to be using. Like I said, I'm going to be using the Oracal 651, but I like using the stencil vinyl. It seems to cut it perfectly for me every time, so that's just what I use. So I'm going to cut this out, I will weed it out, and then I will show you the next step of putting it onto your window. Alright guys, so I made my file. You probably can't see it because it is on white, but it's there. I'll show you after I pull it off. The first thing you want to do before attaching it is clean it off with some alcohol and a paper towel. Just make sure you have it all clean. So I'm going to hand this over to my camera person. And I'll just put some alcohol on here. You just want to clean it really well where you're going to put it. And you want to use alcohol, not just, soap and water. This will get all the little particles and pieces off. And then you can just let it dry for a second. Or outside, so it'll dry a little bit quicker. And then I'll take my file, and I already put the transfer tape over it, so you should be able to see it a little bit better now. Now you can see it a lot better. I'm just making sure I get it all.
What does it say?
I don't know, Emma, what does it say?
Oh.
Alright, so now that it's dry, I'm just going to put it on here. And one thing with my transfer tape that I don't like is it doesn't have grids on it, so it's kind of hard to tell where to put it. So I'm more or less eyeballing it to make sure that it's straight. I don't like how this transfer taper doesn't have grid paper. If you look back at my other video I did that has already, it went viral, it has a lot of views, viral for me, 6,000 views on it so far. My husband was yelling at me because I didn't have transfer tape that had the lines on it and I wasn't making it straight. So I'm going to do the best job I can because this is permanent. No! You just want to press down really well. So once you have it on, you just want to take your trusty scraper and just scrape it on really well. Making sure you get any air bubbles out that are in here. And if you do have a few bubbles, which I see here, you can work it with your finger, or the sun and the heat will help take it out. My other one that I did had a few bubbles, but they're all out now. Sorry, she sneezed. So once you have it on, you just take your transfer tape and you slowly pull it off, making sure that your stencil stays. My rooster is very active this morning. So there it is. I love how it turned out. I think it's cute. Again, you can use 651, which is permanent, or 631, where you can peel it off if you don't like it anymore or you want to change it. You can change the color of this. I forgot to mention that. If you want to change the color, you can most definitely change the color. I just chose to do white so that you could see it better. I really love how this turned out. There are a few air bubbles in the vinyl, but they will make their way out with the heat from the sun, or I could go back and use my fingers and gently press them out. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and our goats, and will give me a big thumbs up and leave a comment below. I really love reading your comments. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and happy crafting!